What is going on? Red Velvet is here. Uncle Lump is on assignment. We are back. It's been a busy week in sports. It's been a busy day. Today was my children's field day. That's what it is. Field day. And my, oh my, has field day changed since I was a lad. Used to do track and field events, and we went hard. We had ribbons, first place, second place, third place, probably fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then the green participation. I myself, quite the collector of the green participation trophies, or ribbons. That's what they were, the ribbons. But it was a fun day. I got a little sunburn, a little tan. I don't tan, I burn. But that's enough about that. It was a fun time, and I'm glad I got to go. Now, we have some sports. So we're going to start with, we got varsity softball. We're going to start down Clay County South, Clay City. They took on South Vermilion Monday night, and the Eels won big 23-0. Lizzie Cinders, 3 hits, 2 ribbies. Ellie Stolting had 2 doubles. Faith Mitchell and Cameron Rhodes each added a home run. And then Lizzie Cinders, 3 strikeouts. Then Clay City took on Terre Haute North. The Patriots edge them out 6-5. Faith Mitchell had 2 hits and a ribby. Lizzie Cinders had 5 strikeouts. And then North Davies went up against Clay City. The Eels win 1-0. Carly Smith had a hit and a ribby, and Lizzie Cinders had 14, you heard that right, 14 strikeouts. Clay City then took on Tecumseh, and Tecumseh wins 10-0. Ellie Stolting had 2 hits. Now we go to Northview. Northview took on Sullivan. The Knights win 12-7. Maggie Krause had a huge day. 3 hits, 4 RBIs, a triple, and a home run. Huge day. Chloe Batchelor and Kaylee Krause added a home run apiece. And then on the mound, Maggie Krause had 11 strikeouts. Then Northview went to Edgewood, or maybe Edgewood went to Northview. I just say Northview versus Edgewood. How about that? The Mustangs win 5-0. Kaylee Krause had a hit and a double. And then Northview took on the Bloomington North. I was going to say Cougars, but I really don't know. I believe it is Cougars. The Knights win 5-2. Jalen Thompson had 3 hits and 2 ribbies. Maggie Krause had 2 doubles. And Chloe Batchelor with a triple. And moving along to varsity baseball. Start with Clay City. They took on Bloomfield. The Eels win 6-1 against the Cardinals. Mason Camp had a big day, 2 hits, a ribby, and 2 doubles, and Wyatt Johnson added a double. Logan Stolting with 4 strikeouts. And then Clay City took on Shakamak. Shakamak edges out 3-1. Wyatt Johnson had a hit and a double, and Trey Dayoff had 6 strikeouts. Now we're moving over to Linton. We're across the county a little bit, over in the Green County. Linton took on Terre Haute South. The Braves win 7-1. Russell Goodman had a hit and a double. Then Linton took on Vincennes Rivet. I'm going to say Rivet. Sounds classier. You know, I like that. We're going to be a little classy. Mwah. 2-0 Rivet. Maybe I was like the buffet. I'm a buffet kid. You know, we'll call it Vincennes Rivet. That sounds even fancier. Yeah. They win 2-0. Gage Sullivan had a hit and 7 strikeouts on the mound. Then Linton took on Bar Reeve. The Vikings win 6-0. Blake Husband had 2 hits, and he had 5 strikeouts on the mound. The Blake Husband show that day. Linton then took on Shakamak. The Lakers win 9-1. That Shakamak team must be pretty good. Kason Goodman had a hit and a ribby, and then Gage Sullivan had 5 strikeouts. Then we go to Northern Clay County. Northview took on Sullivan. The Arrows win 7-5. Jackson Pierce, 3 hits, an RBI, 2 doubles, and Braden Krieger had 4 strikeouts. And then Northview took on Edgewood. The Mustangs win 2-1. Jackson Pierce, 2 hits and a ribby, and Zach Buell added a double. Northview took on Plainfield. The Knights do beat the Quakers 1-0. Jackson Pierce had a hit and a ribby and 4 strikeouts on the mound. Then Northview took on the Marshall Lions. Illinois versus Indiana. I like it. I love it. I'd love some more of it, but we'll see what happens. The Lions win 10-1. Easton Thomas, a hit, a ribby, and a double. Quinn Lewis and Peyton Esker each had 3 strikeouts apiece. Moving on to track and field. Thursday, was it Thursday? Yes, it was Thursday. We had the Big Five, formerly known as the Big Four. Sullivan has been added to make the Big Five. Northview boys do win the Big Five. Some individual things. Carson Buck wins the high jump. Zane Scales wins the long jump. Shot put is Slade Fell taking the gold there. I believe PRing with a 49-foot and 9-inch throw. I believe that might put him in second place all time. The Northview girls 4x8 team took first. Preston Heiliger took first on the 300-meter hurdles, and Cambry Schultz took first on the 800-meter hurdle. 800-meter. Yeah, I couldn't jump over one hurdle, especially for 800 meters. I can't even run 800 meters, so why would I try to jump over things for 800 meters? But moving on, let's go to the CCSL Clay County Softball League. Carbon Heating and Air took on Wabash Valley Plumbing. I was a little conflicted because my kids play on Carbon, but Wabash Valley Plumbing is a sponsor of the podcast. If you didn't know, now you know. Wabash wins 9-1. Maven McCoy had 2 hits, a double and a triple. Nora Thiemann with a hit. Ava Bucko with a hit. Megan had 2 hits and 3 ribbies, and Vivian Moore had 2 hits and a home run. And on the mound, Chloe Hoskins had 3 strikeouts. Also, Coach Derek Weichel had about 50. So congratulations, Coach, striking out the kids. Then Saturday, Carbon took on A&B Homes. Carbon does win 6-0. Chloe Hoskins had a hit. Avery Weichel had 2 hits, a double, and a homer. Vivian Moore added a hit. Madeline Pond had a hit, 2 ribbies and a double, and Brindley with a hit. Chloe Hoskins had 4 strikeouts on the mound. Now we get into some travel baseball here. We got the Chaos, the Clay County Chaos. They're up in North Terre Haute this weekend. Looks like they went pretty far. I believe they got runner-up. They start off against the Mad Dogs. They tie the Mad Dogs 5-5. Cruz Shepard led the way at a hit, a ribby, and a home run. And then 3 strikeouts on the mound. Then the Chaos took on the Junior Sycamores. The Chaos do win 8-5. Elijah Fair had 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Then the Chaos take on the Clark County Legends. It's pretty cool. They're already legends at 11. They must be really good. The Chaos do win 11-1. Reed Robinson led the way. 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Ethan Beasley with 4 strikeouts. Then the championship, I believe. Could be wrong. Chaos took on the Mad Dogs again. The Mad Dogs do edge out the Chaos 5-3. Elijah Farron had 2 hits. Reed Robinson with a double. Then on the mound, Wyatt Tabler and Reed Robinson with 2 strikeouts. Moving on to some softball, we have the 8U Warriors. The Warriors took on Jasper. The Wildcats do win 21-17. Some batting stats, Delaney Wilson led the way, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a triple. And then Nora Thiemann added a double. Then the Warriors took on the Tribe. The Tribe do win 16-14. Nora Thiemann had 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Braylon Barong, Lily Lumsden, and Raylan Wallace all had a double. I believe the Warriors got 3rd place in their tournament. Congratulations. Moving on. Knights. 9U. There's a lot of Knights teams. Did you know there's a lot in Clay County? Kind of figured since we're the high school's the Knights, but there's a lot of Knights teams. Just letting you know. The Knights 9U took on the Mad Dogs. Knights win 9-5. Colton Coley had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Kyler Keith with 4 strikeouts. Then the Knights took on, it's going to take me a minute, the Gilfmore Green Hornets. Knights win big time, 11-3. Kyler Keith had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Colton Coley had a double. And then Dawson Mason on the mound with 6 strikeouts. Congratulations, young man. Knights take on the Mad Dogs again. The Knights win 3-2. Batting-wise, Rhett Blair led the way, 2 hits, 2 ribbies. Dawson Mason was unstoppable on the mound with 7 strikeouts. Then the Knights face the Hit Dogs. It's a cool name. I like the Hit Dogs. Hit Dogs win 8-4. Colton Coley had a hit and 2 ribbies. Dawson Mason and Kyler Keith added doubles apiece. And Kyler Keith had 7 strikeouts on the mound. Congratulations. Now we have Knights 8U, the 8U Knights. They took on the Paris Lakers. Knights win 7-5. Claire Harrison had 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple. Griffin Medeiros with a double, and Hudson Walker with a triple. Then the Knights took on Vincennes. Then Vincennes does win 13-1. Caleb Gaines led the way with 2 hits. Then the Knights faced the Lakers again. The Lakers win 15-5. Hudson Walker had 2 hits, an RBI, and a double. And then Claire Harrison, Houston Dyer, and Rogue Nodley added doubles apiece. Moving on to some North Clay action. NCMS versus Sullivan. The Arrows win 17-2. Batting side. Got a little gassed, a little winded. I'm not in good shape. That's why you don't want to get old and fat, kids. Keep pushing. Mallory Russell had 2 hits and a double. Leela Hendricks with a double. And Mallory Russell had 2 strikeouts on the mound. Then we had the North Clay JV taking on Otter Creek. The Knights win 10-9. Marley Lane had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a triple. Avery Hoskins, Laney Hughes, and Sidney McNeely had a double apiece. Avery Hoskins had 5. A 5-time strikeouts. I'm counting on my other hand so I wouldn't screw it up. North Clay took on, this is the North Clay varsity. They took on Woodrow Wilson. The Knights win 17-4. Amelia Stidman had 3 hits and a ribby. Jillian Abusir, Michaela Brewer, and Tinsley Lamont had a double each. And for the first time in her career, Levin Gotzi hit 2 home runs. Congratulations. I believe that was the first time she hit 1, and she doubled it with 2. She just said, 1's not enough. We're hitting another dinger. Mara Moore had 2 strikeouts on the mound. North Clay then took on Linton. The Miners edge out the Knights 9-8. Jillian Abusir and Levin Gotzi had 2 hits and a ribby. And on the mound, Levin Gotzi had 4 strikeouts. The Knights take on Honey Creek. Honey Creek does win 4-2. Jillian Abusir had a hit and a ribby, and Tinley Sereno had 2 strikeouts. So that's a big week. Keep working. I'm proud of you. That's it's good. You got to keep working. Keep getting better. Real quick, I want to thank our sponsors because they like us so much that they pay us. Wabash Valley Plumbing. Thank you so much. Peak Performance Gym. No peak, no results. RJ's Formalwear. They have sweet suits. And Stitched Embroidery and Apparel. They embroider stuff. And I do want to thank our subscribers. That's it. Our subscribers. We have 3 subscribers now. And once again, if you want to support the Diner Podcast for less than $1 a month, hit that subscribe button on the Facebooks. Much appreciated. You do get some good stuff with it. But we really appreciate everybody that supports us. And if you want to support us for free, comment on our stuff, like our stuff, react, share it. That helps us too. So once again, thank you to those subscribers. Thank you to our sponsors. It's much appreciated. Thank you. I'll get off my soapbox now because now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the Red Velvet. And this week's power performers are Maggie Krause. She's getting a record. That's like 4 weeks in a row. Lizzie Smith. Jackson Pierce. Gage Sullivan. Cambry Schultz. Zane Scales. The girls 4x1 team, I believe they did break the school record, so congratulations on that. Slade Fell. Reed Robinson. Levin Gotzi. Avery Hoskins. Avery Weichel. Kyler Keith. Delaney Wilson. And Claire Harrison. Congratulations. And I totally butchered. It's Lizzie Cinders from Clay City. I actually typed that, but it must have auto-corrected and went back. So I apologize. That's on me. But that does it for the Chowdown for today. So once again, if you want your club, your sport added to the lineup, please reach out to us and we'll make it happen. So with that, we'll see you later.